up, you guys? Chelsea Briggs here, coming to you from South by Southwest 2015, joined by Melanie Martinez.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I love your outfit.
Thanks.
You're so South by unique, and I love it.
Aw, thank you.
And your shoes, you said that they're a little difficult to walk in.
They're super, super hard to walk in, yeah.
How's your South by been going so far?
It's been good, super busy. Yesterday was a long day, the day before that was a long day. Our only really off day was the first day we got in, and that was cool. Yeah.
Is it because it's your first year?
Yeah, this is my first. Yeah, it was my first year. It definitely was crazy and packed. I didn't realize that it got like that.
Yeah.
But I've heard stories. So
what's been the highlight so far?
Playing all the shows and stuff, and I was super nervous about the Perez one last night, and it was really fun and it was chill. It wasn't too crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Did you just see any shows while you've been here at all?
Not full shows. I got to see when I played the Neiman Marcus thing, I got to see Marina, which was awesome because I really wanted to see her play.
Well, you've had a really busy past couple of years, and it's so cool that you got your start on The Voice. When you look back on The Voice and that whole experience, what was the best part about that whole thing for you?
Singing on live television prepares you for being on camera and a whole bunch of things, like being under pressure and stuff.
Yeah.
You get less nervous when you're in an environment like that.
And obviously being on Team Adam, what's the advice he's given you since the show?
I mean, they're artists themselves, the coaches on the show. So there's not much advice that you could really give to people on a singing show,
Yeah.
The best advice that he's given me is just to relax and just go with my gut and do whatever, he was very laid back and wasn't too crazy critical about anything, which I think is better than, giving all this advice and trying to change someone.
Yeah.
So I think he just helped me feel comfortable with the whole experience. So
That's great. Well, I love your music video for Dollhouse.
Thanks.
It's so awesome.
Thank you.
Talk to me about that concept and kind of how that came about.
Dollhouse was the start to everything, so I was really inspired by toy sounds and stuff, so that was the first session that I had with these producers, Kinetics and One Love, when people put on this facade of being perfect, but you know behind it there's some
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk about that more, and then that kind of led into other themes and stuff like Carousel, and then I kind of got really I got into the habit because I thought it was fun, and it was more like an exercise to think of different childhood themes and pairing it with a situation that I'm either going through or someone else is going through in in a adult way.
Uh-huh.
So I liked pairing the whole adult thing with the children's theme.
Yeah.
So that's why the album is just basically 13 songs that are all like that, you know?
That's great. Well, and it's cool too, you're talking about the first day figuring out that song, and it has over 15 million views. At this point, that's gotta be crazy to you. Did you know it was gonna be that big of a video?
No, not really. I don't know, it was such a struggle making that video, because I had this strong vision for it. Even when writing it, I knew exactly how I wanted the video, and that's usually how I work. If I'm writing a song and I don't see any visuals for a music video, then I won't continue with it.
Interesting.
It's really weird. I base everything off of that for some reason. I just like when everything has a strong visual.
Well, and that's good, you as an artist to think that way. I think that's what's gonna carry you along in the future.
Yeah.
But how is that, with that mindset, making this album, Crybaby, that's gonna be out in the spring? Has that been difficult for you?
Yeah, I've been really hard on myself when writing the music for it. I'm very particular and want it to be perfect because it's the first album that I'm ever putting out. So there was definitely some tracks I was debating whether they should make it or not, but I finally have a set thing that I'm happy with. So
Favorite song on the album, can you share with us?
I think, okay, all right. I think Mrs. Potato Head.
Okay.
It's about plastic surgery and so it's putting different pieces on a face, Potato Head, and it's I don't know. I think that one's my favorite just because it's still super pop influenced, but the lyrics are just it's very lyrical, and it's definitely a strong story, and I love that part of it, like the concept and stuff.
What made you do a song about plastic surgery?
Well, see, that's the thing where like I literally was in LA and there were a lot of people who had plastic surgery.
Things.
Yeah, plastic
things.
Plastic faces. I always like write down like random things that like relate to childhood in my phone, like, and then just themes and titles and stuff, and I always start with titles. I had Mrs. Potato Head written down and I just immediately thought about like changing like pieces to a face and
interesting.
Thought that related to plastic surgery.
That's crazy. What would you say is kind of the story with this album from beginning to end? What's the message or story you want to tell?
It's definitely like the story of like this like girl's life, and her name is like Crybaby.
Okay.
It's like the transformation from like Crybaby to like how she becomes more comfortable and crazy and like embraces the crazy, and so it's just like the whole, like just a bunch of that she goes through, really.
Who is Crybaby?
Well, okay, so see, this is the thing. It's more of like a fairy tale, but like I definitely relate to Crybaby. It's personal for sure, but there are some stories that obviously didn't happen.
Yeah.
And like, so it's definitely like a more fairy tale version of me.
Do you see yourself, like, when touring to promote this album, kind of playing that role of Crybaby?
Totally.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And obviously you mentioned Carousel, and that was on American Horror Story promos.
Mm-hmm.
What a cool, I mean, it's like perfect when you listen to the song and if you're a fan of the show.
Yeah, I'm such a big fan of the show. It was really exciting for me.
Uh-huh.
I like couldn't believe it. We waited like a year to find out if they were going to use it, and then 2 days before they aired it, they told me, and I was like, this is insane.
Yeah. What was your reaction when you first saw it?
I screamed, and I like called all my friends, and like none of them really picked up the phone, so I left like really crazy voicemails that they still have, and it's like, you're not gonna believe this.
That's awesome. Would you ever be on the show? They always have guest stars, and I think that you'd be a good guest star.
I would see any like horror like movie or like even like American Horror Story like shows like that and stuff. I would totally like try to act in, you know.
Really?
But other things, I definitely don't want to be like an actor. Like I don't want to like go and like, you know, audition for like roles for like chick flicks. Like I don't want to do that. I would be terrible.
You want to be the next rom-com?
No, no, absolutely not. I totally would not do that. But I love horror, so
if you could pick
cool.
the perfect character to play in like an American Horror Story, what would it be? What kind of character would it be?
Just like, okay, so you know how like Pepper was like kind of like this like really like unique looking like just like character that was kind of like in and out and stuff, and you like every time you saw her like she like they were just like, I don't know, it'd be like a really like special like scene in American Horror Story with her. Like I want it to be like I wouldn't want to be in it like very often. I would want like random moments in the show, but they would all be like really really up and weird. Like me like just like I don't know, like sitting in like a corner just like eating stuffed animals. Like I don't know, something like really weird.
That.
I don't know, like nothing too crazy though. I wouldn't want to be like a main part of that.
That's awesome. I think you're such an interesting creative person, and I love that.
Thanks.
What's one thing that people don't know about you that you'd love to share, that you want people to kind of take away from being a fan of you?
I don't like the beach. I don't like the sand. I like pools though. The sun bothers me sometimes. I usually hide from the sun.
As we sit in the sun right now.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's the only reason why I'm saying is like, oh my God. I don't like birds.
These birds here, have you seen these birds back here? They like dive at you.
I don't like birds. I had pancakes this morning. I had bacon. I had 2 eggs scrambled and chocolate milk.
Look at you.
Yep.
And do you have a release date for your album yet?
I don't, but hopefully June, July-ish.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much for chatting with us. We're so excited about your album, Crybaby.
Thanks.
Out hopefully June, July.
Hopefully,
And we can't wait. When it comes out, you're going to come back and chat with us, okay?
Absolutely.
Melanie Martinez, thank you guys so much. And for more on South by Southwest, be sure to head to Hollywire.com and Hollywire TV, and we'll see you later.
Hi, I'm Melanie Martinez, and you're watching Hollywire TV.